Something quiet is unfolding across America, and most people are missing it. Not because it's hidden, but because it doesn't look dramatic. There are no breaking news alerts, no viral headlines, just moving trucks showing up on ordinary streets, families making decisions late at night, retirees rethinking plans they made 10 years ago, young workers choosing places they never imagined would be part of their future. These aren't fantasy moves or impulse decisions. They are pressure-driven choices. And once you see the pattern, you can't unsee it. Before we go further, hit subscribe now, because these shifts are already shaping where opportunity survives next year. This isn't about chasing trends or finding the next hot city. It's about people responding to reality. Housing costs that no longer make sense, wages that didn't keep up, taxes, rules and daily stress slowly squeezing the middle. Stability has quietly replaced status as the new goal. People aren't asking where life looks exciting anymore. They're asking where life still works. By the end of this video, you'll clearly understand why these specific places are pulling Americans in, who actually thrives there, and what the hidden trade-offs really are. You'll also see why silence around these moves is not accidental. One location challenges everything relocation advice usually tells you. Another is changing fast because of policies few people are paying attention to. This isn't about telling you where to move. It's about helping you think ahead before the pressure makes the decision for you. Number 5. Topeka, Kansas. The town people used to escape. Topeka, Kansas is the kind of place people once rushed to leave and never looked back. For years it was treated like a backup plan, not a destination. But while bigger cities kept getting louder, more expensive and more exhausting, Topeka stayed quiet. That quiet is now its advantage. Housing still feels reachable. Everyday costs don't feel like a punishment. For people burned out by high rents and constant pressure, that alone is enough to look twice. Life here slows you down in a good way. Mornings are calm, traffic is light. You spend less time fighting your day and more time living it. Remote workers are noticing because when your paycheck travels with you, peace starts to matter more than image. You trade packed schedules for breathing room. This place won't entertain you. Nights are quiet, options are fewer. If you need constant excitement, you will feel it. But Topeka rewards people who plan, save, and think long-term. It gives you space to reset without demanding you keep up. The real decision is not about excitement. It is about whether relief matters more to you right now than applause. Number 4, Tulsa, Oklahoma. The policy-driven magnet no one advertises loudly. Tulsa is not chasing attention, and that is exactly why it is working. While other cities try to grow fast and loud, Tulsa has been quietly adjusting the rules in its favor. Small policy choices, fair taxes, and support for remote workers have slowly changed who this city attracts. People often come for the financial relief, but they stay because life feels balanced instead of rushed. Neighborhoods here feel real, not polished for social media. People know their streets, local spots matter. There is art, music and history, but no pressure to turn life into a performance. You can participate or step back, and either choice feels normal. That sense of ease is rare now. Tulsa does ask for trade-offs. Summers are heavy and hot. Growth moves slowly on purpose, which means opportunities take time to appear. This city does not promise reinvention or fast wins. It offers stability, predictability, and a system that feels designed for real life. not hype. For many people, that consistency becomes the reason they stop looking elsewhere. The real question is simple. Do you want a place that constantly pushes you to change, or one that finally lets you settle in and stay steady? Number 3, Rochester, Minnesota, the boring place that's winning. Rochester, Minnesota almost never makes flashy relocation lists, and that is exactly why it keeps working. This is a city built around stability, not hype. Healthcare anchors the economy, infrastructure is reliable, systems function the way they are supposed to. In a time when so many places feel unpredictable, that predictability has become valuable. Life here feels calm in a way people do not realize they need until they arrive. Housing stays within reach. Public services work. You are not constantly bracing for the next surprise bill, shutdown, or disruption. Many people who move here say the same thing without planning to. Life stops feeling like an emergency. Days feel manageable again. The trade-off is obvious. Rochester will not impress anyone at a party. There are no bragging rights attached to choosing it. Nights are quiet, the pace is steady. But stress does not impress either, and neither does burnout. For people raising families, planning retirement, or rebuilding after financial pressure, calm becomes a form of freedom. The real choice here is not excitement versus boredom. It is stability versus chaos. If you step back, a pattern becomes clear. None of these places are trending. They are not being sold as dreams, and that is exactly what makes them powerful. The smartest moves rarely happen after headlines appear. They happen quietly before pressure arrives. The next 2 places prove why following the crowd is no longer just risky, but expensive. Number 2, Huntsville, Alabama. The temporary move people don't leave. Huntsville, Alabama is where many people arrive with one foot already out the door. They call it a trial run, a short stop, a place to stack savings before moving on. But something keeps happening. Months turn into years, and the exit plan quietly disappears. Strong job opportunities, especially in engineering, defense and technology, create a sense of security that is hard to walk away from. Homes have been affordable. Daily costs feel manageable, and the city keeps investing in growth that actually supports working people. Life here is practical. The community functions, schools work, roads make sense. It is not flashy, but it is dependable. And for many families, dependability becomes the reason they stay. There is a catch, and it matters. Huntsville is growing fast, and housing pressure is already building. Prices are rising, competition is increasing. Early movers benefited from timing. Late arrivals may feel the squeeze and wonder what changed. This place rewards people who pay attention early, not those who wait for proof. The real question is not whether Huntsville is good. It is whether you are willing to move before everyone else agrees that it is. Number 1, Puerto Rico. The controversial choice no one admits out loud. Puerto Rico is not a secret, but people talk about it in whispers. Not because it feels far away or exotic, but because choosing it forces hard questions. This move challenges what Americans believe about work, money, and control. Some people are drawn by tax advantages, others by lower housing costs in certain areas. But the deeper pull is lifestyle. Time moves differently here. Work does not dominate every hour. Life feels less rushed, and for some, that is everything. This choice is not easy. Power outages happen. Infrastructure can be unreliable. You must adapt to a different culture instead of expecting it to adapt to you. Distance from the mainland is real, emotionally and practically. This move asks more from you than most places on this list. But the people who thrive here are not running away. They are redesigning how they live. They want more control over their time, their stress, and their future. Puerto Rico rewards flexibility, patience, and long-term thinking. It is not about comfort or convenience. It is about deciding what matters most, then building life around that choice. For the right person, that trade is worth everything. At first glance, these places have nothing in common. Different climates, different cultures, different ways of life, but the reason people are moving to them is the same. Leverage. Each one lowers pressure in a system that keeps tightening everywhere else. Less financial strain, less daily stress, more room to make choices instead of reacting to problems. What people are really buying in these places is optionality, the ability to say no, the ability to slow down without falling behind. When housing, taxes, and daily costs stay manageable, your time starts to belong to you again. You can plan instead of panic, adjust instead of scramble. The silence around these moves matters. These places are not being marketed as dreams. No one is selling a perfect lifestyle. And that is the signal. The most valuable opportunities rarely arrive with applause. They show up quietly before demand drives pressure back up. These moves are not about escaping life. They are about regaining control while the window is still open. The smartest moves happening right now are not loud or dramatic. They do not come with big announcements or perfect timing. They happen quietly, often before people feel fully ready. The question is no longer where everyone wants to live. It is where life still feels manageable, where pressure has not yet arrived, where small decisions still make a big difference. A good move today is not about chasing the best place. It is about reducing risk, creating breathing room, giving yourself time to think, plan, and adjust instead of constantly reacting. Sometimes the right move does not feel exciting at first. It feels calm. And calm is often the signal that you are doing something right. If this video helped you see relocation differently, take a second to like it and share it with someone who feels stuck or unsure about their next step. Subscribe to Mr. State Realities if you want to stay ahead of shifts like this, not after they become headlines. We focus on the moves people make quietly, before pressure forces their hand. And the next shift is already forming.